Wallace.
And I have John Holling here with me.
3 phases, dressage, cross-country, show jump. And you're out on course and something's going wrong or going right. You know how to react to what they're doing.
It was built originally to be a schooling facility, and so everything's set up very conveniently.
Welcome to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we are here on location at the American Eventing Championships, standing in the middle of the Rolex Arena. We just concluded the advanced competition, and we're just getting ready to have a great show. We've got some great interviews coming up for you guys. We even get with not only the winners of the advanced horse trials, but we also get to sit down, or you get to not sit down, I guess, actually stand up.
Yep, and talk to some people.
Yeah, with the CEO, Rob Burk.
I know, and that was a great interview too, right?
Yeah, so we've got that coming up in the show. But before we get into all that, we want to obviously just talk about the great week that this has been already.
Yeah, it's been we got here, I got here on Sunday, I think, same as you. I got here a little bit later.
Yeah, you got here pretty late. You had
some problems,
issues.
And again, we're brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. And boy, did they come to my saving grace again.
Yeah,
so.
I tell you what, man, I was driving up and I got a call from Leslie Grant, Law,
right,
who was saying, I might need your help. We're having some truck problems. I don't know what to do. There's all the warning lights coming on for our girls, and Leslie's in a plane on the way there. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a little bit stressful, but fine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so we sort of talked through that, and they ended up okay. And then I get a phone call from you, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Everything's sorted out. I finally got it figured out, but this is insane. This trailer is a nightmare.
Right.
And
and then I also said to you, if they are having truck problems, I'm coming up with a truck, because my trailer's still in Unadilla, Georgia.
And I was so panicked because I'm like, well, these things happen in 3.
I know.
And
but I lost my wallet.
And that was the 3rd. We're going to go with that.
That was the 3rd.
Have you found the wallet?
No. Oh. But it's still inactive anywhere, so enough with that. We're here at the Kentucky Horse Park. We're actually in the Rolex Stadium. This is pretty cool.
It is cool. It is cool. So it was a fun week.
It was a really fun week, John, because we're going to talk about this right now.
Okay.
So you were in the intermediate division, the Intermediate Horse Open Championships, right?
Yep.
You're on that cool horse.
Pioneer Archibald.
Yeah, I let you say it, so I didn't say it wrong.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
And his name in the barn is Archie.
Archie, yes.
So
who's Archie?
So let's talk about this. So the intermediate was pretty tough track.
It was, you know what? And in Archie's defense, and in my defense, he had a great run last autumn at Tryon, and then he had like a little fatty cyst on his
sort of
ankle.
like you on your ankles.
Yeah, like me generally. So he had a very minor surgery to remove the cyst, but that meant he got a late start this spring.
Right.
And so I brought him out, and he's run a few, I guess 3 or 4 preliminaries, but this really was his first intermediate run since then, and it was a big track.
Right.
But he was ready for it.
Right.
And he went out. He was jumping great, and we jumped into the frog pond.
Right.
Yep. And
so wait, before you go there, let's set it up for them. So frog pond.
So that's what I was about to do.
No, but I want to set it
very
a little
pushy.
bit better. No.
Okay.
So there's a drop in, right?
Yep.
And then there's a turn, and there's 2 tables.
Yes. So that's what I was going to say.
That's what I want to help you, so people can visualize or listen.
We come into the roll top, and there's a big drop on the backside. He peeks at that a little bit, jumps up. He jumped it fine.
Good jumper.
But jumped it almost too good.
Right.
Landed quite steep, and I landed in a little bit of a heap, and I thought, okay, like I got to get myself organized. So I tried to get myself organized, and I came through the turn, and that horrible feeling you have when you know you've got like a really forward 2 strides.
Right.
And you see the deep holding distance. Like I couldn't have seen it worse, and I was like, I gotta wait. So I waited, and as soon as his front feet touched the ground, I kicked as hard as I could, but poor Archie was still almost a full stride. We'll say probably half a stride.
It was a long way
off of the second table, and I thought, I just gotta sit back and let you figure this out, buddy. And I tell you what, that horse has a heart made of gold. He left the ground, leapt over the top of it, sort of slid over the backside of the table. I don't know how he saved it. He landed, he pecked on landing, and I nearly came off.
Right.
Like, we should be showing some of the photos
so,
right now.
yeah, this is all recorded on photography. No, I don't think we have a video yet.
Yeah, but
we're gonna
hopefully
have to-
I've got the photos, and everybody should be looking at them. If
It's
you're watching this
remarkable.
on the YouTube or the Facebook, you should be seeing those photos as we're talking about
Right.
this. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, well, then get with the program and now go watch it on YouTube.
do both.
Yeah, let's do it all. We need all the clicks, people. So
It was amazing. Look, I had the stickability thing with Mark, but this was way more impressive because it was over like cross country jumps.
It was-
You were like back in the back, like Bruce Davidson up there on the horse.
well, I didn't have a choice. It was that or get run over.
And then,
But what a remarkable horse. He kept himself up. I held on, kind of, and away we go.
Actually, like, it's right here.
Yeah, Briggs isn't moving the
I
camera.
know, it's all right.
It's over there. It's off camera. Trust me, the logo's there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So you went on. I mean, that was early on. It wasn't too far in.
Yeah, and
so then what happened?
So then he got a little bit nervous the next fence, but he jumped it well. And then I came through the turn to the fence after that. Was a big open oxer, frangible oxer, and I was like, I've just got to keep coming. I've just got to keep galloping down there. He's going to get more confident from that. And I cannoned through the turn, and I pressed up there, and I was like, oh no, that isn't the right one. And I pulled on poor Archie again, and he added into the oxer, and then things smoothed out from there.
Because after that, it was a sunken road, and then you went to a corner.
Yeah,
and then you came around, and I
he's
watched
a really
you.
good
You were
horse.
great.
He's a really good horse. He had actually a really good round other than the one fence, and it is, I think it's always a challenge, right? When you're out on course, like if everything goes great, then it's easy to ride it, right?
Right.
You come on and be like, it was easy. When
Right.
something goes wrong like that, it's how quickly can you recover and regain the horse's confidence, and he did that. And then what was most important to me is he came out yesterday in the intermediate show jumping, and he jumped a beautiful clear
Right.
round.
He looked
was
beautiful.
amazing. He felt great. He was
Well,
healthy
congratulations.
and happy. So I appreciate that. And how
But
about
before you do that, you said something weird to me before you're heading down. You're like, oh, you're a little nervous going into the
he
show
was
jump.
nervous in the warm up.
Right.
And I
Okay,
think
because I was like, why is John being nervous? He's like a show jumping.
he's a great show
Great
jumper,
guy.
but he was actually nervous in the show jumping, and I think it was because he was looking out over cross country that was going on at the same
So he
time.
thought you were going to go over those houses
and actually,
again.
when he came into the Rolex Stadium, he settled, which was cool.
Yeah. And I watched the round. It was beautiful.
Yeah, he's a great horse.
Yep.
So you guys had a bunch of horses.
Yeah,
here as
we
well.
had Briggs had Couture, the 14-2 hand pony in the intermediate. She smoked around the cross country.
She got the 2, no problem. Yeah.
She actually
Briggs saw a good one.
she actually did have a little struggle over the second one, but at the same time it wasn't quite like that.
Yeah.
And she smoked around. He got around her with 5.2 time penalties.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and- yeah.
Because that was a difficult
It's
time
a big.
to get.
It was a big track for her, but she made it look easy.
Good job, Briggs.
So and then he had our 6-year-old thoroughbred in the prelim, smoked around. It was a funny thing because he was about going somewhere on the course and he was thinking he was doing the intermediate turn, and so he made a turn and missed the jump.
Right.
But it was not sequential numbering, so he circled around and got it. He still made time. He moved up to 13th. He had a clear show jump round.
That's pretty
Was
impressive.
the top thoroughbred in that division, the preliminary horse, and was 13th out of, there's 50 in the prelim horse.
And then you had your horse Dingo here.
Ingomar.
Yep, Ingomar, Dingo. In the modified, you had a great cross country, but what I want to talk about is your show jumping round.
I
You were
actually
telling
had
me.
a pretty good dressage too.
Yeah, but
I
I
mean,
want to hear
it's-
about your show jumping
But in
round.
this ring, actually, I was
Yeah.
here this morning.
Yeah.
It was all the poles were up in the sky, and I was like, "Where's the course?" And they're out here with the tractor, so I was walking
Right,
around.
so what you mean is the poles were up, like, so they could drag through the sand,
yeah.
right?
So I walked around and see behind us, there's the Bates to the
Yep.
Kentucky right there.
Yep,
Well, I was supposed to go the Bates to this jump, one of these jumps over here.
yep. Yeah, that's right, like the advanced did,
Yep.
make the turn.
Yep.
And you went straight ahead to Kentucky.
Well, I jumped the first line. He's a really good show jumper, and he came around, jumped the 9, and I was like, that was beautiful. And then I came to the 7, and I got my eye on a non-numbered thing, and I just galloped right down the line. It was a 7. I jumped over the 7, and I was like, I was really good, but there's no 7 on this course. I was like,
That's the wrong 7.
Where am I? And so I turned around and looked, and then I saw my next jump, so I never crossed my line.
Right.
And I got to fence 4, and then
And then
I
you were
finished-
saying something about the scoring. They gave you a 4?
No, they didn't. It was only all time. They didn't give me a 4.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That's interesting. So remember that, guys. If you jump a wrong fence on show
Well,
jumping,
as long as
apparently-
it's not numbered and it's not bigger than what you're jumping.
So you looked into this.
They told me.
All right. That's cool.
So I finished with time penalties, and he jumped around clear. He just got an extra jump in his money.
That's
for
perfect.
the money.
Yeah, so you got your money's worth and then some.
Yeah,
Perfect. You
it's all
probably owe the USEA like $50 for that fence.
Probably. It's right there.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
Kentucky fence. That was my time.
Well, listen, the USEA has done an amazing job.
They have.
It really has felt like a championship for all levels.
Everybody,
It's-
even me.
Yeah, it's been incredible. Like, I rode my novice horse around today, and it felt like a championship out there. It's just been really special. So thank you to the USEA and
Thank you. Yeah.
Adequan for sponsoring the classes and everybody who's been volunteering. I know we've had a great time.
We have. Thanks
So-
a lot. Let's go to the next segment.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with our Stress Less segment.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Want to advertise on the Jon and Rick Show? Contact Jon at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com. When it comes time to compete, I demand the best out of my horses and myself. That's why Elemental Fit Lab, the home of CrossFit antics, is my home gym. Coach Vilma and her team create a fun, welcoming environment for athletes of all levels. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, Elemental Fit Lab will guide you towards a stronger, healthier version of you. Mention the Jon and Rick Show to get 3 free personal training sessions with enrollment.
Sweet Dixie South is an equestrian facility built for the lifestyle of eventers of all levels. Whether you are coming to Ocala for the entire season, a week, a month, or a year, this beautiful 160-acre farm is the place to settle in and enjoy your time with horses. They offer a full cross-country course with 2 water features, banks, ditches, and amazing footing to gallop, a spectacular all-weather footing ring, large grass jumping fields, and dressage rings. Located in the rolling hills of North Marion County in Reddick, Florida, Sweet Dixie South has 100 stalls and numerous paddocks, apartments, a line of camper hookups, washer and dryer amenities, as well as common areas to complete your experience during your stay. Under the ownership of Mike Campbell and the management of Can-Do Joe Adams of Top Rail Tack, Sweet Dixie South has transformed into a premier eventing training facility in Florida. Go to www.sweetdixiesouth.com for more information. Hey, Rick here. Do you have a horse suffering from poor performance, anxiety and fear, low appetite, agitation, or nervousness? Stress Less can help. Stress Less, the hot horse remedy, is veterinarian-developed, show-safe, all-natural formula that promotes calmness, focus, and mood balance in horses experiencing stress related to training, showing, racing, stall rest, and travel. This equine supplement encourages calmness, focus, and mood balance without affecting the motor skills or energy levels of your horse. It promotes a more willing and balanced temperament with no drowsiness or impaired function, resulting in increased focus, a calm mind, and a happier horse and rider. Try Stress Less today and see for yourself why we think Stress Less is the best hot horse remedy you will find. Check us out at centerlinedistribution.net and on Facebook and Instagram as Stress Less Horse Supplement. Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and this segment is brought to you by Stress Less.
Right. It is some good stuff.
It is.
I've used it on all my horses, and they were so calm coming in this ring.
You jumped around clear.
I jumped around clear. I could have used a little Stress Less.
Right. But I don't think they're made for humans yet, and let's not promote that because, in the world today, I think people are doing ivermectin. I want to say this really quick.
Yes.
Do not take ivermectin for COVID. It does not work.
I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but what I do know is Tide Pods don't work.
None of that works. But
positive
Stress
of that.
Less, on the other hand,
Stress Less is awesome.
works for the horses.
Yep.
You can go to
hothorsesupplement.com.
and order yours today. What we're going to do now is what?
We're gonna go check in with some riders that we caught up with after the advanced show jumping. So check these out. All right, so we're here with Boyd Martin. He just won the advanced tier, the $60,000 Adequan Advanced Championships. Boyd, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, John. I'm thrilled. I really came into the show jumping not expecting to win. I was, I think, in 4th or 5th place, and
Right.
she hasn't been the best show jumper over the years, so I thought, if I could hold that, I'd be happy, and then, yeah, things just fell into place. So.
Yeah, well, it was obviously a great performance through the whole weekend. So just quick little recap. Yesterday's cross country obviously was a huge track, and she seemed to answer all the questions out there pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great track. Sadly, I fell off my first horse, so it's not the most inspiring feeling, limping back to the barn.
Yeah, but it makes you sharp.
I think so. It's happened a couple times now where I crashed the first one and then Q's come good. So I just love this horse. She's everything you could dream of in an event horse. She's got a big stride. She's smart. She's careful, but she's brave. And I'm just really grateful to have her. And I think she's going to be a real good chance there at Maryland 5-star in a couple of weeks.
That's awesome. Yeah. So obviously it's Chris Turner's horse. So exciting for her have another really good one in the barn.
Yeah, she's a great lady, Chris. I've linked up with Chris and her family a couple of years ago, thanks to Mike Pollard, sort of handed me over the reins of Sesterleg and Q and a number of others. And yeah, we've just clicked. We're both a bit nuts, and and she won't mind me saying that. But yeah, it's a real thrill riding for Christine and Tommy and TJ, and a shout out to everyone in San Antonio. So I appreciate all the support, and I'm glad this victory's for you.
That's awesome, Boyd. Thanks so much. Congratulations again. Go get your big check.
Thank you.
All right, man. Great. So we are now here with Elisa Wallace and just finished up the advance. But before we get into that, I just want to talk about the AECs in general. You've had a really long week here. You've got a great group of horses. So how many did you end up bringing?
I ended up bringing 5 horses here. So any chance I get to come to the Kentucky Horse Park to get your horses out and get the experience is the best thing to do. So it's always a fantastic facility. The courses are great. The ground's amazing. So any chance I get, I'm going to come.
Yeah, and we had a ton of rain, and I thought the footing was unreal.
The footing was amazing.
Yeah, and I think one of the big goals of the AECs is to make it a championship for every level.
Absolutely.
And I don't know about you, but I felt like even as I was riding around today, I had an intermediate horse earlier in the week, and I had my novice horse today, and it felt special.
Yeah, there's definitely an atmosphere here. They did a really good job of, making it feel like a championship for sure.
Right. So, you brought the most important horse, the Mustang.
Yeah.
And I saw you doing your beginner novice test this morning. And how was that?
He is an amazing little fellow. He stepped right up to the plate and put his little head down and put in a super test. So I think he's tied for 21st out of almost 40 horses. So I'm pretty proud of him.
Pretty big class. And so you run cross country tomorrow?
Bright and early, 8:06. So I'm really proud of him. 2 years out of the wild, and he's being a big boy.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty cool. And then you had Sharp
Decision. He's an intermediate horse. He had a really good run. He made the cross country feel easy, and it was a tough course out there.
Right.
And he had a show jump. He stayed nice and relaxed. Had 2 rails, but he's still in the learning phase. So it's really just about keeping him relaxed because he's a really quality horse.
Right.
And then I had Munson Slew, who is really quick around the cross country.
He's got a difficult owner, if I recall.
Yeah, he's pretty tough to manage.
Right. Believe me, I can relate.
He's a handful, that Rick Wallace. As tough as owners go.
Yes. Yes.
I had 3 rails on him in show jump, but again, he's kind of been a quirky type horse and building up his confidence, and he tried hard. So in the end, that's really what matters. And
I watched him go. He looked awesome.
Yeah. It was just
horse.
some unfortunate ticks, and he's learning how to try. He's just got to give me that much more, and we're there. So
he looked great. And then obviously we have Riot Gear,
who
I hate to compete against. I'm not going to lie, because I'm always like, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, riding that horse he's amazing. He makes dressage really fun.
Yep.
He was a little slow out on cross country, which to no fault of his own, he just wants to jump really nice and clean.
Yep, he's a beautiful jumper.
And he had a good gallop, but we were just a smidge slow, and he was on fire today, jumped a beautiful clean round, and makes me feel really confident in the show jump.
So where did he end up?
He ended up 12th.
All right, good job.
Yeah, so
good job.
you know, we were in the top 15 for that.
And then obviously you had Lee here in the advanced, and you know, he had a good test.
Yeah, he laid down a very solid test. He's been working on getting stronger for the dressage, and cross country, he smoked it. He felt like he was on fire. He loved being here for that. Felt super confident, so I was really proud of him for that. We had some, you know, coming into show jump, he's a good show jumper and he wants to jump clean, but I felt him just back off a bit under the lights. Like fence 2, I felt him spook at the orange fence, and I was like, huh, he's really not that kind of horse. And then I kind of gave him a little bit of an off ride to the triple bar, and then I lost some confidence in him, but when it came down to it, I said, okay, bud, we gotta finish.
Right.
I know this sucks right now, but we gotta work together. And I just thought to myself, well, it's a big crowd, we're under lights, we haven't had that much experience with that, and you know, in the end, the more experience you gain, the better they're going to be. So we'll just go back, make sure he gets his confidence back up, and he's a quality horse for the future.
Well, I mean, and he started that round so good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a shame, and I think he did probably get himself a little bit scared at the triple ball.
Yeah. I made a big mistake there.
It happens. And like you said, you know what, what is it? Well, like Jimmy Wofford says, experience is something you get right after you need it. And he needed that experience.
He did, and me too. But you know, it's that horse I love that horse. He's a very unique individual.
He's a great horse. Lee is his own man,
He
and
is.
he will be better at Tryon for having had this experience.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
You got it.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right.
so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
All right. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back. We've got some more interviews with some of the riders, so hang tight and check out some of these words from our sponsors.
And thanks, Stressless.
Yeah, and thank you, Stressless. Hi, I'm John Holling, and this is my wife Jen, and we run Holling Eventing out of Willow Run Farm here in Ocala, Florida. We love our Jump for Joy jumps.
We are standing in front of one of my favorites, which is our Jump for Joy angled brush, which we have up on our bank complex so we can prepare the horses for the 3 days that are coming up. And it is very mobile, and we can put it anywhere we need to give the horses the questions that they need to see before we go and compete.
So we love them for cross country. We also have them in our show jump ring. They're great. You never have to paint them. Maintenance is super easy. And like Jen was saying, the shoulder brush here and any of the portable cross-country jumps that Jump for Joy makes are great. They're easy to move around, change the courses. We love them.
You can put them in the water jump. You can put them anywhere you want.
So if you're looking for some new show jumps, some new cross-country jumps, check out Jump for Joy.
Hey, Rick here. Do you have a horse suffering from poor performance, anxiety and fear, low appetite, agitation, or nervousness? Stressless can help. Stressless, the hot horse remedy, is veterinarian-developed, show-safe, all-natural formula that promotes calmness, focus, and mood balance in horses experiencing stress related to training, showing, racing, stall rest, and travel. This equine supplement encourages calmness, focus, and mood balance without affecting the motor skills or energy levels of your horse. It promotes a more willing and balanced temperament with no drowsiness or impaired function, resulting in increased focus, a calm mind, and a happier horse and rider. Try Stressless today and see for yourself why we think Stressless is the best hot horse remedy you will find. Check us out at centerlinedistribution.net and on Facebook and Instagram as Stressless Horse Supplement.
Welcome to Terra Nova Equestrian Center, located in Mayaca City, Florida, just a short drive from some of the nation's top beaches.
As a competitor, one of the most important things we look for when planning our competition calendar is the quality of course design and footing for our beloved equine athletes.
We are so excited to host our inaugural event, the event at Terra Nova, this fall. This event was thoughtfully created by some of the most innovative and experienced minds in our sport.
The courses are run over gorgeous terrain, and we are proud to offer custom drainage and irrigation throughout all levels of competition. Terra Nova is certainly the gold standard, with 6 Wordley Martin GGT arenas and a Captain Mark Phillips designed and Eric Bull built cross-country course, complete with frangible technology.
We hope to create a special experience for all levels of riders.
Whether you're experiencing your first horse show or are a seasoned Olympic athlete, Terra Nova is excited to welcome you.
Summit Joint Performance, the injectable joint supplement used by numerous international and Olympic riders, invites you to experience the winning Summit difference. Made of all natural ingredients, Summit increases mobility and comfort. Win your class with Summit Joint Performance. Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique uses manual pressure and stretching to release points of restriction, leading to freer movement, reduced soreness, and restored range of motion. He has a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle. You can quickly identify and correct any balance issues and can adjust your saddle on site. I personally have Grant work on all of my event horses to keep them feeling their best before, during, and after their competitions. Grant is based in Florida year-round, but regularly travels to Georgia, Tennessee, and the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We are still here at the Kentucky Horse Park, and we still have some great interviews coming up with some of the top riders from the advanced class.
And these are some good interviews, John.
I mean, we did them. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
You did most of them.
I mean, yeah, that's why they're so good.
I know, right?
Let's go check them out. Whatever. All right, so now we are here with Allison Springer. Allison, thanks for coming out and joining us.
Thank you.
So you are here for the whole week for the AECs, so tell us what horses you brought.
Okay, so as Karen O'Connor and Sinead Helpham called me last year, the honey badger of eventing,
Right.
I'll ride anything. So I've got 2 Connemara crosses that are awesome. So I have probably one of the littlest ones in the prelim, I think, and then I have a giant Irish pony. He's huge. And
Right.
then I also, my boyfriend's calling.
That's all right.
Sorry.
You just have to mute the boyfriend.
How cute is he?
Oh, he's pretty good looking. Yeah, all right.
He's good looking. Let's
Yeah.
just silence this. Sorry. You don't
Sorry-
have to
sorry,
cut that
Dave.
out.
We'll
Sorry,
call you
Dave.
back.
We're gonna call you back.
All right.
And then I have a thoroughbred, a
Right.
pure thoroughbred who is in the advance. So
That's Business Ben.
That's Business Ben.
All right, so let's get to him in a minute, but tell us
Okay.
about the pony in the prelim. How'd that
The
one
pony
go?
in the prelim, she was 5th in the preliminary horse. She's
Sweet.
fantastic. Oh yeah, they're like dirt bikes. These ponies are, they're not ponies, they're horses. But so No May Moon was in the preliminary, and then Crystal Crescent Moon. So Nancy Winter.
Right.
So Nancy Hamill Winter. So she was shortlisted for the '84 Olympics on one of her Connemara crosses. This
That's pretty
woman
cool.
is one of the coolest people you will ever meet. So.
So you've got 2 of hers.
I have a number of horses for her, and these 2 are more purpose bred. We used one of her Connemara cross mares, a mare that was by Mystic Replica, and we bred her twice now to Catherson Dazzler. So we have these 2 ponies. They're not ponies, they're horses, but they're little and they're just so fun. So they're always named after the moon they're born under. So I have a Crystal Crescent Moon.
Okay.
I have a No May Moon.
Awesome.
Okay, their mother was Ebony Moon.
I didn't know there were this many moons. I thought we only had one moon.
There's so many moons. We have a Gold Dust Moon. We have a half moon of Claire. We had a new moon, Stella Bella. We've got a lot of moons going on, but these 2 moons are awesome. So,
Do you have Blue Moon?
I don't yet.
Do you know Blue Moon ice cream?
No, it sounds nice.
Oh, it's amazing. It's like Fruit Loop ice cream.
Oh.
But it's bright blue. It's delicious. I can't believe you don't know this. You're from Chicago. What's wrong with you?
Wow.
You've been in the Northeast for too long
No,
now.
I have not. I mean, wow.
We're going to have to eat some Blue Moon ice cream at some time.
That sounds nice.
All
I'm
right.
now having a little flashback to Baskin Robbins, like
Yeah.
bubble gum ice cream. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
dissimilar. It's delicious. All right, so back to
Okay, go on. We
back
gotta
to
focus.
Business Ben
Focus.
now.
Business.
So he's here in the advanced.
Yes.
Just walk us through your weekend. So you did your dressage. How was that?
Dressage was great.
Yeah.
So this horse is a thoroughbred. He has it in him to, like, I think, win the dressage someday. It is, thoroughbreds take a long time to get their strength, their movement, which he's got now, but the mind is always a little challenging.
Sure.
So I
It's like
actually,
me.
yeah. And Okay. So I actually did him in the snaffle and the plain nose bang. He's been a horse that's gotten stronger and stronger through the years, and I've kind of scratched my head about it. We actually did a bone scan on him after Kentucky this year, just kind of like, not just about that, just to get a good picture. Dr. Johns is my vet, and he actually had a tooth that came up really hot.
Okay,
very bizarre. So we looked at that. It's not something that had to be removed, but it's something that's there. So I had a bridle, like specialty bridle, like let's just spend more money and figure out like whatever. So
you should floss more.
Totally, and he loves this really light titanium bit and this special nut. So that's why I'm now jumping in a double bridle with these titanium bits, even cross country. And then I did the dressage today, this week in just the snaffle. And he was great.
So you do dressage in the snaffle, but you jump in the double.
Well, yes.
That's cool.
Well, I know. So I kind of debate, like, do I need to put the double on for the big ring or not? Since we were down there, I'm like, the more I can keep getting him to a snaffle ride, the better. So that I obviously, like everything, I don't have it figured out yet.
Yeah, I feel you.
I do not have it
figured
out yet.
So cross country, Derek
closer.
had a big track out there.
Yeah.
It was, I thought, a really good track, and I thought there was questions out there that could have been on the 5-star.
Yeah.
The Normandy Bank, and I thought the coffin was quite tough.
Yeah.
So he obviously was great.
He was amazing. I will tell you, I took a pretty big dive on my second intermediate horse the day before.
Right. I heard Rick saved you and unzipped you.
Rick was there. He unzipped me. Yeah, no, I was hooking it. I was trying to go fast, and ended up having a pretty good fall, and I was fine, but
the horse was fine.
The horse is totally fine.
Right, good.
You just hit the dirt kind of hard, and I got winded and all that, and Rick had to get my vest off, but I was fine. But I definitely should have gone faster on Ben, and took a little bit of time just being, he was amazing at all the combinations. But I watched the video, I'm like, the horse is so fast, I should have gone fast. But it's actually good for him to maybe, just be rideable, building up for the 5-star, and he really was, because it still is new going in this double bridle.
Sure.
And so I thought he was really good and was very easy to turn. The only cruddy part of my course is maybe coming out of the coffin and then back to that dodgy little table.
Yep.
After it,
The
that's the
corner.
only place. The corner.
The table, right? The roll back to the table.
Yeah, that just kind of broke the rhythm. But everywhere else, he was right on. He was amazing. So I was really pleased with him. He had a great dressage, felt great cross country. I should have just gone faster. And then show jumping's the thing I've been working hard with, and he was really rideable, and we're working at it. We didn't keep all the rails up, but
right. Well, it was a lot of atmosphere tonight.
A lot of atmosphere, and I
think
felt
obviously
like
it's
rideable.
And it's a great horse. It's been fun watching you produce him up the levels. And
Thank you.
Tryon is your next thing, or Morven?
I am going to go to Stableview in 3 weeks, and on to then the Maryland 5-star.
Right, Maryland. Sorry, that's what I meant.
The timing works out better for me. The 3 week.
Right. Well, then I'm going to see you at Stableview. I won't see you at Maryland, so good luck.
Well, luck is good to have. Thank you.
Absolutely, and thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me. Nice
Awesome.
chatting. Okay.
Cool. We are now here with Buck Davidson. Buck, thanks for taking the time to come out here. So you had 2 horses in the Adequan Advanced class.
I had 3.
You had 3 horses, and that's what I said. 3 horses in the Adequan Advanced class.
Good job. Yeah, there you go.
I did my research.
Yeah.
And so you were 4th and 5th, and so what? Jack was 4th.
Jack was 4th. Carleva was 5th.
And then
Cam was a little bit later than that.
Right.
But he was
good.
He was really good.
So it was a good weekend all around.
Well, if you like being 4th and 5th, yeah.
Okay, so it was a decent weekend all around.
Could have been a really good weekend.
Right.
But
I mean,
yeah, it was just kind of one of those days, Like sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
All right. So, and what else did you bring up here? Just those 3?
Yeah, that's enough.
All right, that's enough.
I'm getting old.
Right, I feel you on that one. So, obviously, Carleva had the great dressage test. You got a 24?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you did. I looked it up.
Yeah,
I did my research. You got a great dressage test.
But I did an extra halt in the test.
You're making this difficult, just so you know.
I'm just trying to make sure you've done all your research. I think I did
hold on, let me do a little more.
Point something.
24.7.
0.7, yeah. So
it was beautiful.
If I hadn't halted, it might have been.
And then Jack had a 30.4.
Yeah, Jack was really good.
Keep talking.
Yep. And Cam was 34.
All right, so that's pretty good. And so, just general impressions of the cross-country course. What did you think?
It was good. I was first to go with Carleva. Look, I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't think I can ever remember a cross-country day as perfect as what we had yesterday. I mean, the conditions were absolutely perfect, and the air quality was perfect. it was awesome.
I mean, all that rain coming in.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It was beautiful, and so I thought, well, if you're not going to go today, when are you going to go?
Right.
And I set out on Carliever. I thought I was going, and I looked at my watch at the end. Jesus, I didn't get it. And so I knew I would take the second one around quietly. And I knew Jack was fast, and I gave it a go. And it was fastest, but still 4 seconds. So
right.
It was good. I mean, it started off really kind of nice and flowing, and then it really got you twisting and turning, and you had to run down the hills at the end, and
right.
And still be able to turn and things like that. And so I was really happy with all three of my horses.
And the Normandy Bank, did you go left on all of them?
I did, yes.
Yep. That seemed to be the route everybody preferred there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the right-hand side was there. That,
just to show you that you have a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I usually make the wrong choice, and so.
Well, not this weekend.
But I didn't get knocked out, and I didn't break my collarbone at it, so I was quite happy.
That's a big win.
As they say, you aim low, you won't be disappointed.
Right, perfect. And then obviously tonight we had the show Jumping Under the Lights, which I think always adds some atmosphere to it and makes it a bit more fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And you're at the AECs, so obviously you've got really what the cool thing about our sport, I think anyway, is our fans are also competitors, and it was really cool to me to see everybody up in the stands watching there, supporting, and I think we talk about we need more of a fan base in this sport, but really to me that's built in because we got these beginner, novice through intermediate people and up who are here following the sport. I mean, it was a pretty exciting atmosphere in there, I thought.
Especially since the spring, we didn't have anybody in the stands, and so it was for a relatively, small crowd, but still a great crowd, it was loud.
Yeah.
And it was exciting, and what a beautiful night for it. And it was, it was great show, and it's fun to be here.
So where do you go from here?
I got to fix my truck,
right?
So then I can get home, and you know how good I am at fixing things.
You're really good. So do you need
watch
help?
The last show? I have a tractor driver. Now I'm a truck fixer.
Awesome.
And the truck, so I'll probably be.
I just think everybody should know that one time I had to replace Buck's windshield wipers for him because he wasn't sure how to do that.
I did fix your son's hammer.
You did. There was electrical tape involved. And you know what? I think we still have that hammer.
Yeah.
Still use it to
if I'm going to fix it, it's going to work.
Right.
But it's truck fixing, not really.
Okay, so let's just assume you get the truck fixed. Where are you going?
Home to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to Plantation, hopefully.
Thank you.
Which is across the street. Yep. So even if my truck's not working, I should be able to get
You
there.
just hack there.
Yeah, just hack right over. So, in all seriousness, Plantation, Morven Park. Actually, I do Florida Lee with some babies next week.
Yep.
But Plantation, Morven Park, 4-star with Sora Kama and Cooley Candyman.
Yep.
And then hopefully Fair Hill.
Maryland.
Maryland
5-star, yep.
Maryland 5-star with Errol Goby and Carlevo and Jack, hopefully.
Okay, and then do you have anything for Tryon? This is going to be wrapped up after Maryland.
I hope so. I mean, I have a couple of nice young horses that one might go to the 7-year-old championships in Lyon.
Cool.
But I heard they just sort of shut down France because of COVID. So.
Yeah, well, I think we're red, so we can't go.
Yeah, so maybe he won't go.
Right.
He's red too, though, so it's all right.
All right, perfect.
So, so maybe, who knows? You never know what's going to go on. But, it's, especially with looking towards Kentucky and stuff like next year, it's trying just a little bit late, I feel like. And
absolutely.
so,
you don't get quite the break you'd like.
No, and it's not like you can start later to get ready for Kentucky.
Right.
So, so all being well, hopefully
you wrap it up in Maryland.
At Maryland. And then I may bring some 3-star horses back here to the Mid-South.
Got it. Cool. All right, well, congratulations. I know maybe it wasn't quite the end result you wanted, but 4th and 5th isn't such a bad result. I'm pretty sure you get some checks, so we'll go. I'd like you to buy me a drink or two.
No problem.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
There you go.
Well, thanks for joining us for those interviews. John, you did a really good job.
Thanks, I feel that. All right, we'll be right back.
The holidays may seem far away, but they're really just around the corner. If you're looking for a heartwarming and custom gift to give this year, consider commissioning a piece by Tegan Henderson at Creature Feature Portraits. Choose between glasses or canvas to immortalize your beloved horses and pets. Creature Feature Portraits provides affordable and classy artwork for you and your home. Find Tegan on Instagram at creature_feature_portraits And to inquire about commissions and pricing, text her at 774-278-1492.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Deco Pony has specialized in making striking, durable, and affordable custom show and barn accessories for a decade. Our exclusive line of custom products has allowed us to create hundreds of beautiful aisles for riders across the globe. Let us make your dream barn aisle a reality with our custom stall guards, halter guards, wrap holders, and stall plaques. Deco Pony is the exclusive online retailer for QHP Tack in Holland, making it easy to complete your look. Follow Deco Pony on Instagram for all the latest.
Hey, Rick here. Do you have a horse suffering from poor performance, anxiety and fear, low appetite, agitation, or nervousness? Stress Less can help. Stress Less, the hot horse remedy, is veterinarian-developed, show-safe, all-natural formula that promotes calmness, focus, and mood balance in horses experiencing stress related to training, showing, racing, stall rest, and travel. This equine supplement encourages calmness, focus, and mood balance without affecting the motor skills or energy levels of your horse. It promotes a more willing and balanced temperament with no drowsiness or impaired function, resulting in increased focus, a calm mind, and a happier horse and rider. Try Stress Less today and see for yourself why we think Stress Less is the best hot horse remedy you will find. Check us out at centerlinedistribution.net and on Facebook and Instagram as Stress Less Horse Supplement.
Summit Joint Performance, the injectable joint supplement used by numerous international and Olympic riders, invites you to experience the winning Summit difference. Made of all natural ingredients, Summit increases mobility and comfort. Win your class with Summit Joint Performance.
Welcome back to the Jon and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. And Jon, we have several more great interviews that we got to do.
Yeah, these are incredible because, well, I think a couple of these you probably did.
I probably did. So
we don't know what we're doing here, guys, but we're having a great time. The AECs are in full bore. They're running. We've got more eventing tomorrow. But right now, what you're going to do is check out some more of the riders after the advanced class.
Let's do it.
So we are here with Zach Brandt, who just finished up the Adequan AEC's advanced division with Direct Advance.
Direct Advance.
Yeah, Roscoe, I would never forget that. So, Zach, thanks for taking the time. So, just obviously, you did your dressage. We went out on cross country. Take us through sort of your thoughts on the cross country course and how that all went.
So, I thought it was a really good course, and I thought it was, to me, this is actually my first ever time at the AEC. So
anywhere?
I've never been to the AECs.
What's wrong with you? Why haven't you been here?
I don't know, man.
Will you be back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, huh?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good, and so yeah, I haven't ever been to the AECs before, and so I didn't really know what to expect with it being the Advanced Championship and all the rest. And so, to me, I thought it walked more like a tough 4-star.
Yep.
But it was I thought it was a really well designed track, and it was a good final prep run for Morven next month. And obviously I didn't go very fast this weekend, but obviously with the hopes of trying to go faster.
Well, and I thought it was kind of cool because to me the whole weekend at all levels it felt like an FEI event.
Yeah, no, it did.
Very special place.
Yeah.
So USEA did a great job that way. And so you went all the way around that cross country. I know he was strong. Just talk us through the coffin.
Yeah, so which part?
Well, the whole thing. What'd you think of the coffin? He was strong coming in, right?
And when I was here back in April, he bounced. He did the rails to the ditch instead of putting the one stride in, he put in a bounce. So I was a little bit worried when we first walked it on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever we walked it, and from him doing it that way in April, I was a little worried, like, shoot, I don't want him to come in here and bounce this.
Right.
And so I tried to come in a little bit quiet, and he kind of did a little bit of a stutter step this time, and he tried to bounce it, but then it was a little bit all over the place.
He was
on the
great.
way
He
up,
put
but
in one stride. I watched the video, guys. He did it in one.
He was really good.
It just was
He
very
was
fast.
great.
It was like a machine gun one.
Yeah.
But he was great everywhere else.
He was
all
very
around
good.
the course. And then
Yeah,
you
he was
went
very
in
good.
tonight jumping under the lights. Have you jumped him under the lights much?
Only at Tryon.
Okay, and how
We
was
did
he
that.
at Tryon when you did it?
He had a couple down, but that was my first time with him jumping under the lights.
Right, and so today was
he
a beautiful
great.
round.
He was fantastic, and I made a little bit of a mistake at the second to last, but he was very good.
Right, and that fence, I don't know, to me it wasn't even so much of a mistake as much as it was you were trying to get the time and you cut across it a bit.
Yeah.
It was a calculated risk, I would say.
Yeah, but he couldn't have been, I think that honestly is the best round I've had on him.
Yeah, it was a really nice round to watch. So you go from here, are you going to Stableview now? I know you're going to Morven.
I'm going to do the test ride at Stableview.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to do the test ride at Stableview, and then you and I are going to work out the kinks.
Right.
And
get ready for
Morven.
For Morven Park.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So my understanding is now you're going to take Callie out to dinner.
Yeah. Well, and
your wife.
And my
yes,
wife
of course.
as well.
There's nothing unsavory happening here. Your fiance, and then you're going to feed Callie for me, which I appreciate.
Yep.
And did you guys bring me my dog?
I did. Yeah. He's right there.
Perfect.
Yep.
I got Max
Yep,
here,
we've got
so
Max.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
So thank you. If you can make sure everybody gets fed.
Yes, we will do that.
That'd be awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Take it easy.
Yep.
Here we are at the American Eventing Championships, and we're here with Doug Payne, who just in the advanced came out with a second.
Second.
You were on.
Don't be cutting me.
I know. I was
place
almost
out.
saying third.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, straight
He was
from
amazing.
Tokyo, here at the American Eventing
Yeah.
Championships, and
awesome.
a second place with Quantum Leap, which is a horse that you brought up since a weanling.
Yep.
So tell us about it.
Yeah, it's super special. We've got Quantum has been with us for basically his entire life. He's a 10-year-old now. He was. We did the Young Event Horse Series. He actually went to Le Lion as a 7-year-old for the World Championships there. He's just about hitting a stride where it's really ticking over. This was the first cross country I was able to go out and really take a shot at the time without losing him mentally. I think it takes a bit of time before you can really go with all horses, right? And he remained really settled and focused, and honestly, it's a ton of fun.
Well, tell us about the course. Now, you were here in April, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're back.
Sure.
And tell us about the course, because I watched you, and you were going for time, and you were making some turns, some places that you were known for.
Yeah.
So tell us about the course and what you thought about it.
I think Derek does an exceptionally good job. The venue here certainly helps. It's I think probably the best cross-country venue anywhere, really. I mean, it's wonderful. The footing, especially with the rain that we had, was just about perfect. And I think has good flow. Derek does a great job presenting the questions to the horses where they have a really good shot to understand what's asked. I mean, certainly the rider has to set them up well, but I think it's very fair for the horses, and I think that I really appreciate that about his courses. Quantum is pretty handy. We do a lot of sort of footwork stuff with him off tight turns, and so he's pretty accustomed to it. And we've been jumping. It was kind of a total long shot. I never thought we were doing it. A couple weeks ago we were at Tryon, and he actually jumped in his first Grand Prix. He did a 25,000 there, and actually just had one down. So it was pretty awesome. He's super scopy, careful. I've got to thank Susan Drillock, who owns him, along with Jess and I. And without her help, we wouldn't be here at all. But he's crazy special, and I can't wait to see.
You can tell when you're riding him, definitely, and then bring us up to snuff with the show jump, because you went out there and nailed that.
Yeah, no, it's I think the course design in the show jumping here was quite good. I really appreciated that judges kept the time a little snug, because I think in the end that's what's going to separate the very best. And I think when it comes to time to be at championships or the best of the best, they're going to tighten it down. So I think there's no value in some of the smaller events having the time so attainable. I think honestly it puts a little bit of pressure, and it separates people. And I think that's that's how it should be, honestly.
I agree with you. And then just back one more comment, because it's something you do. You said quantum leap since he was a weanling. Kind of one of your business formats is that you go and start doing that, right?
Yeah, we're very lucky. Obviously, we have developed a really good group of horses, but Quantum was the first of this bunch that we started buying as weanlings, because honestly, we just don't have the resources to go out and buy going horses, and frankly, often, not that there aren't good ones for sale, but frankly, if they're often for sale, they're sort of second tier in quality, I think. And so we try to buy a weanling a year, and then I'll start them sort of end of their 3-year-old year. And then when they're sort of 4 coming 5, you have a pretty good feel that
what they're going to be.
They've got the making of what it's going to be. And if I think that it's a horse that can take it all the way, then we'll try our best to find a partner that would go sort of 50-50 with us.
So guess who took your business plan?
Who's that? Got it. Johnny.
John.
I honestly, it's the best. And the thing is, you know these horses inside and out, and they know you so well. I think, you know, you look at the top 10 at WEG at Tryon, I think it was, all of those horses were with that particular rider from prelim up.
Right. You got the partnership makes it, right?
I think a long-term thing is not that you can't buy a horse that's there, but, but I think the partnership, especially in this discipline, is super, super important.
Well, I know it's a little bit different than Tokyo here, but your whole family is here, and it's great.
It's awesome.
It's great seeing your mother ride, seeing your children here, watching your kids.
She'll probably kill me for saying this, but it's pretty awesome. She's 72 this year.
I watched her through the head of the lake.
Yeah, she was fit. Yeah, she crushed John.
I was like,
no, she was fifth in the training horse, and she had said it was always her dream to go ride through the head of the lake and all that, and I think it's honestly it's a shame that this competition isn't here permanently.
I agree with you.
I agree, because I think without a doubt it's awesome that she's been able to do that. But I think if I were a kid coming up, I would have killed for that opportunity.
Right.
And I think in the end it gives people a sort of a little bit of inspiration. And,
sure.
And frankly, I think you'll see kids that are doing the beginner novice here in 15 years doing the same thing. So
same thing. I do know Rebecca Farm's going to get it, so it's going to be a great venue as well. But I agree with you.
Without a doubt. And I don't want to be critical of Rebecca for sure, but I think this venue is unparalleled.
Well, and to the point of watching your mother through that.
Yeah.
I watched the video.
Yeah.
She was amazing. She was great.
Yeah, she's on the ball. It's been cool. And then something we weren't able to have in Tokyo. We're so restricted.
Exactly.
Having the Jess and the kids, and then
I watched both awesome. your children, your son and your daughter, watch you in the dressage. They could not care less.
Oh no, not at all.
And then Jess looked at me.
No.
Yeah, Jess looked at me and she goes,
"That's the most boring thing."
He doesn't like the dressage. She doesn't give a hoot about anything. But when the jumping's going on, he pays attention.
Oh, he's on the ball.
Yeah. Or when you're in the airplane.
He loves the airplane. They're both wild about that. The only downside of jumping under the lights is they're asleep at this point, but they do love it, and they'll always tell me, "Kick, go faster, go faster."
I know, right? So, well, Doug, thanks so much for being with us again.
Well,
we appreciate it. You have a great night.
Yeah, thanks.
John, those were great interviews. It's been a great time at the horse park in Kentucky.
Yeah, and so we're going to take a break, and when we get back, you, my friend,
what am I going to do?
You're going to talk with Mr. Rob Burk.
Oh my gosh, I am.
Yeah, so we got the CEO of US Eventing coming up. He's going to tell us about what was happening this weekend, and
we're going to get a little insight into the MERs.
Yeah, and I have something.
Okay.
We're going to find out about next year's AECs and beyond.
And that's the American Eventing Championships with the USEA.
Awesome. We'll be right back.
Higher Standards Leather Care brings joy to a chore that every rider, whether Western or English, competition or trail, has to do: clean and care for our tack. The saddle soap comes in 4 scents, all named after beloved horses: Ben's Rosemary Mint, Buzz's Citrus Ginger, Fox's Vanilla Lavender, and Woody's Confidence. For those who prefer a fragrance-free soap, Plain Bay is our unscented option. Our leather balm is a rich conditioner, and like the soap, is all handmade in small batches. Find us at hsleathercare.com to order direct or to find out if your favorite tack store is one of our retailers. Grant Showalter has over 15 years of equine bodywork and saddle fitting experience. His technique uses manual pressure and stretching to release points of restriction, leading to freer movement, reduced soreness, and restored range of motion. He has a thorough understanding of the importance of a properly fitted saddle. You can quickly identify and correct any balance issues and can adjust your saddle on site. I personally have Grant work on all of my event horses to keep them feeling their best before, during, and after their competitions. Grant is based in Florida year-round, but regularly travels to Georgia, Tennessee, and the surrounding areas. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 484-639-4454.
Hi, I'm Liz Halliday Sharp. I'm an international event rider based in Ocala, Florida and Lexington, Kentucky. We love our Jump for Joy jumps. We're able to take the fillers and portables with us back and forth between our 2 locations, which is really helpful. And we especially love the cross-country portable fences. We have lots of different ones so that we can bring them between Lexington and Ocala, and we've always got something exciting for the horses to learn and jump over. We love our fences, and we would recommend Jump for Joy to anybody.
When it comes time to compete, I demand the best out of my horses and myself. That's why Elemental Fit Lab, the home of CrossFit antics, is my home gym. Coach Vilma and her team create a fun, welcoming environment for athletes of all levels. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, Elemental Fit Lab will guide you towards a stronger, healthier version of you. Mention the Jon and Rick Show to get 3 free personal training sessions with enrollment.
Sweet Dixie South is an equestrian facility built for the lifestyle of eventers of all levels. Whether you are coming to Ocala for the entire season, a week, a month, or a year, this beautiful 160-acre farm is the place to settle in and enjoy your time with horses. They offer a full cross-country course with 2 water features, banks, ditches, an amazing footing to gallop, a spectacular all-weather footing ring, large grass jumping fields, and dressage rings. Located in the rolling hills of North Marion County in Reddick, Florida, Sweet Dixie South has 100 stalls and numerous paddocks, apartments, a line of camper hookups, washer and dryer amenities, as well as common areas to complete your experience during your stay. Under the ownership of Mike Campbell and the management of Can-Do Joe Adams of Top Rail Tack, Sweet Dixie South has transformed into a premier eventing training facility in Florida. Go to www.sweetdixiesouth.com for more information.
Welcome to the Jon and Rick Show here at the Kentucky Horse Park, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we're joined here by Rob Burk.
Thanks for having me, man.
The CEO of the USEA.
I've got a trailer I need to take to Horse Trailer Pros.
Yeah, do you really?
Like badly.
That would be great, because actually, they on the way, the trip up here, the story is I had this big dinosaur of a trailer, and it broke down 2 hours out of Ocala and
caught on fire.
Matt came and got it and dragged it back home. So if y'all have horse trailers at home that you need anything done to, bring them all the way to Ocala, or if you're in Ocala, make sure you get them to Horse Trailer Pros. So here we are at the Kentucky Horse Park, the American Eventing Championships, a staple for the USEA.
Yep.
You being the leader of our group, what do you think, and how did it go off today?
I think this is amazing. I mean, we got so lucky with the weather, but then on top of that, it's, there's like a feeling when you're here, especially with the amateurs and the riders below the lower levels. It's amazing. But on top of that, I mean, this was pretty cool. You don't see a crowd like that for eventing outside of a little event that happens here in April.
No, and I think to your point, I said to a couple people, because we were here for the 5-star, there's nobody here. COVID had, it was obviously taken everybody away from us, right?
Yep.
Us, coming here today, we had people in the stands, and it was. And to your point on beginner, novice, all the way to the advanced, I think I've seen, and there's 1,000 horses and riders here.
Yep.
Crews and mothers and fathers, and every division, y'all have done a great job of making everybody feel like they're at a championship.
Yep.
All the awards that you've done, it was brilliant. We had throughout the day a lot of people participating in it. So, good job.
Thanks. Well, I swear the credit goes to Kate Loki from our office,
right?
Claire Kelly. Our entire team. They just pitched in like I do. Candidly, I don't do a whole hell of a lot.
Well, you're dressed in white, you can tell.
Exactly, right? I made it through the whole day wearing white.
You're not dirty.
They worked their tails off, and then the crew from EEI and Mary Fike, and all the volunteers. It's pretty amazing what we pulled off.
Right, and I think Vanessa
Vanessa Coleman's
I mean,
amazing. Yeah.
I just happened to get her number.
Did you call her a couple times?
Yes.
Maybe text her a couple times?
Yes, I
too?
did, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets things done.
She does.
And
yep.
I know everybody I somehow get their number, and they go, "Oh God, Rick's got our number."
Yeah,
I
still owe you a microwave. I'm supposed to buy you
I
a
know,
microwave.
right?
That was
it never got down to the Alltech barn. 2482.
And you're leaving tomorrow, so
no,
yeah.
we're staying an extra day.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
I'll be here until Sunday.
I'm on the hook for a microwave.
And we do have like microwavable macaroni and cheese because it's from my broken down trailer that's not here.
Got it.
But you know, if you do want to bring it by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that one time you brought me coffee and donuts, I think.
I did, yeah, because I think you called
for
me
some
and said,
reason,
"There's no coffee here this morning."
I somehow have this reputation of being difficult.
You're not. You're good.
Thank you.
No,
John thinks I am.
We've got a lot. You know, it's funny because every time we do this in a new place, it's hard on everybody at first. But you know, I think actually in 2019 we pulled off a pretty good one.
Right.
And I think this is it seems pretty smooth, and you know, it just everything seems really good. We've always got stuff to work on, but you know, I'm feeling really good about this year. And Rebecca, we're going to Rebecca Farm next year.
It's going to be great.
Pretty amazing in itself.
Can't go wrong at Rebecca Farm.
I know. I think, you know, we'll see what happens, and then we'll declare. Actually, the Board of Governors is currently evaluating bids for after Rebecca Farm, so starting in 2023, and we'll announce that probably in the next month and a half. So
well, that's good. So let's talk about last year. I mean, it was a challenging year for the USEA. COVID hit, you know, we shut down for a bit. I know from being in business, did you go and get the PPP and be able to get funded and keep going? And so how's the association doing?
Association's actually doing really well. I will say through the shutdown when the USEF declared, you know, and we went along with them, our Board of Governors agreed, shut down for the 3 months. We were down about 60% at that point for the year as far as revenue coming in. We massively cut costs like crazy. The staff gave up about 5% of their salary. We had to lay off some contractors. So it was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But we came through that, and membership. Our eventers we're all kind of wild. So as soon as everything opened up back again, we were all eventing like crazy, and the numbers were spectacular. So we actually recouped. So at the end of the year, we were only down about 30%. So that was good. And again, we put in so many cuts, and then we got the PPP. So on top of that, we didn't have to tap into our savings like much at all.
So did you get both PPPs?
We did. And actually, we got really good news like 2 days ago. Actually, no, 1 day ago, 24 hours ago, that our bigger PPP was forgiven. So
good.
Yeah,
excellent.
We were celebrating.
So the second one's been applied for forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly. And that one's a lot smaller, but
that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, with the big one being forgiven, I mean, it wipes it off.
And
spectacular. And I know being on the board at one time and on the financial side of it, that's one of the stronger points that everybody looks at, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're a small association. Our budget's relatively small in the grand scheme of things, but like for us, by having that forgiven, it means we can do things like not have to raise rates on the members, and we can do things like be able to continue to run programs and be able to support the AEC. So,
So when we move 2021, we're moving into some more goals. What's the big goals for the USEA? What are we looking at? Are we looking at doing any kind of massive rule changes? Or I know safety has been a major point. I mean, we have Jon that's done a lot for safety.
Oh yeah.
So what is our big goals?
So for us, one of the first things we're going to do is we are going to finalize the details on this Appendix 3 change. And I know that was controversial with some people last year.
So talk about Appendix 3 change.
Sure. So Appendix 3 had to do with the qualifying rides, or what we call MERs, you had to accomplish in order to move up a level, right? So we had initially had a proposal come out of our safety subcommittee that asked for 10 MERs, essentially. If you are kind of like an unclassified rider, you're moving up for the first time. There were, we heard from different areas of the country that, I mean, you guys did a great piece on it with Tammy Smith.
Tammy's very
and
vocal
you guys
about that,
went back and forth on it. So
John,
we went back to the drawing board, and we got people from every area to sit on a working group, which, as you guys know from sitting on committees, can be difficult, and you have different points of opinion. But we sat down with statisticians, and we took a look at the stats. And I would say right now that group, I think they're coming to a meeting of the minds where we're going to find something that'll work for, it'll maybe one group will give a little bit here and the other group will give a little bit here, and we'll find some sort of meeting in the middle. But that remains to be seen. But we'll get that rule proposal through the safety subcommittee by, I believe, by November of this year, and then we'll announce it publicly. We'll talk about it. The whole point this year is we put in a whole new rule change process so that we don't run into the same mistake we ran into last year, where we didn't have an in-person annual meeting, and a lot of people were surprised by the rule changes that were coming forward.
Right.
So we're going to get around that this year and make sure everybody knows what's coming and whether they like it. If the next question is, do they like it or not? If we have the stats to back it, and the task forces supported it, and the subcommittee supported it, then we'll see what the Board of Governors do. But it's a priority for us to get that passed.
Sure, and it's a good priority, right? But I think you did the right thing by tabling it and going back and having some more discussion. And I know some other things will be happening in the future as well with safety, and I think we've come a long way.
Yep.
And I think we made a lot of strides to making our sport as safe as it can be.
Yeah.
And being here at the Kentucky Horse Park, we had a great cross-country day for everybody.
Yeah.
And I know tomorrow, I believe the beginner novice heads out.
Yep.
So champions on the beginner novice out there starting on the cross-country. We appreciate you being here with us at the Jon and Rick Show.
Anytime.
And we always appreciate you being here. From the Kentucky Horse Park, we are glad you've joined us. Thanks for being listening to the Jon and Rick Show or watching it. Join us next time. Thanks a lot. Rick Wallace.
And I have John Holling here with me.
3 phases: dressage, cross-country, show jump. And you're out on course and something's going wrong or going right. You know how to react to what they're doing.
It was built originally to be a schooling facility, and so everything's set up very conveniently.